Welcome back. You're watching our special episode of Young Turks, where we look back at the 20-year journey of India's longest-running show on startups. Now, here's a trip down memory lane with some trailblazers from the startup universe. Take a look.
Try something different, something new, and probably different from banking. This happened about 99, and to use a cliche, I think I was bitten by the net bug. And at that point in time, I was working with GE Capital, and I started exploring ideas in terms of what businesses had really moved to the internet successfully, and which were those that one can make an interesting business of. Also, which of those is going to work in India, because these are very early days for the internet in India. And I think the real downturn started coming around 2001, of course, was a double whammy, and 9/11, and then December 13th attack on Parliament, and then SARS, and it was just a terrible time. But by that time, the deal was already done. So I really looked at two sectors: travel and online stock trading. And both were very, very interesting sectors. Both have done very well overseas and even now.
So what tilted things in favor of the travel industry and not online trading? Because you could have been sitting on a pile of cash right now with the markets and pretty much touching new record highs every single day.
Travel was something I think innately I really, really loved.
In India, gaming has been growing at an average of 75 to 80% year on year, and that was without broadband connections. With a big hike in internet speeds coming up today, with 4G coming in, 3G coming in, we can safely assume that gaming is going to grow at a minimum of about 150% year on year for the next 2 to 3 years. Also, because gaming is something that will carry on to other devices. So, with the advent of the iPad and the iPhone, as well as the Android OS, which will, Motorola, Samsung, all of them are launching their own devices. Gaming will play an integral part of expanding the reach of all these devices to the local consumer, to the mass market. Because everyone wants to play a game. Everyone might not want to check out, like maybe a cricket website or a sports or like a football website, but everyone wants to play games.
Hi, I'm Prasenjit Roy Chaudhary. I'm 34 years. I'm the CEO of BBQ Nation. I intend to bring up 200 BBQ Nation in next 5 years.
Straight out of hotel management school, recruited directly into Sayaji Hotels, he climbed his way to the top to become the CEO of BBQ Nation. Prasenjit Roy Chaudhary began BBQ Nation in 2006. His experience in the hospitality industry and F&B management helped him introduce the idea of cook-it-yourself outlets across India. On offer is a variety of cuisines drawn from Mediterranean, American, Oriental and Asian origin. Test marketed in Mumbai, BBQ Nation became an instant success. But what makes it work?
We have an USP of having a live grill right onto the table, which is, basically, the fun part of the cooking is been transported from the kitchen, wherein, you have an opportunity as a guest to finish the skewers onto your own taste. So more of freshness, if you ask me, more of barbecue is a healthy cuisine. So we try to bring in health and taste together.
See, the mobile has been in existence for about the last 1.5 to 2 years. But the iPhone and the Android has really been a revelation for us. We've seen it grow from 0.5% contribution to about 3 to 4% in the last 6-8 months, which has been fantastic. We've seen about 100,000 downloads on each of the two platforms. We're recasting some of our strategies on the older handsets. So it's going to be a couple of these things. Us recasting our strategy for the lower handsets, making sure that we're ready for the sub $50, sub $60 handset, making sure that we're there when 3G and 4G packages are cheaper, maybe partnering with some mobile companies to offer that as a part of the data plan, maybe even billing tickets onto the plan, right, which is a prepaid or a postpaid plan. So valuations will come and go. But if you focus on the quality of your input and just consider valuations as a byproduct to that, I think you'll be far more successful. For me, the true test of running a business or entrepreneurship or doing it for a long period of time is, are your Friday evenings as happy and exciting for you as Monday mornings are?
All right.
And the day your answer is that both of them are equal, you continue doing what you do.
Okay.
The day you say that they're not equal, then you've got to rethink and look inward.
I realized, early on, this is a space around which no brand has been built. So when, sort of left my job and started working with our team and thinking through this in a more analytical fashion, we realized that there are a lot of things which are being taken for granted around chai. For example, we learned that, clean, hygienic chai is not that easily accessible as it is assumed. We learned that even though tea bags and tea machines are there in large corporates, the level of dissatisfaction with chai is just tremendously high. So then it was very clear to us that chai desperately needs a consistent branded experience, and that it has large takers in spite of sort of having the perception that it's something which is available very commonly.
Well, that's just a glimpse of the stories we brought you here on Young Turks over the past 2 decades. Yes, that's right. We have clocked the 20 milestone. And that brings us to a close on this special edition of Young Turks. We will, of course, bring you more magic from the archives. But for now, thanks for watching.
Get the grip of good health even after